Hello, it's Tristan here from ZebraInvest, and today I want to go through a fantastic way that you can quickly, easily do a property valuation. And this is quite a good way to get into the high-level kind of details and figures that you need to be able to do a deal analysis without spending hours trawling through Rightmove, Zoopla on the market to try and work out what's selling, what's sold, but to have it all in one place. So this is really good if you're just like looking at a deal or a property and you want to work out straight off the bat whether you can make a good deal out of this and whether something's going to stack. If you've seen some of my other videos, you will also notice that most of this data from the valuation actually links straight into their sourcing system at PropertyData. So whilst you're actually looking at a deal on PropertyData, you can also work out roughly what the property is worth straight off the bat, which makes it a really quick and simple tool to use. But if you've just got a postcode or a property in an area that you're trying to work out, or you're trying to work out the development value of a property, then this way we can quite easily get the value of secondary property and secondary stock to be able to compare with. And secondary stock is anything that's not new build. So that's anything that's like a typical flat that's now up for sale, or it could be a house, flat, bungalow, anything as long as it's the second time it's selling. That's why it's called the secondary market. So what I'm going to do today is I'll take you around PropertyData and show you how you can do this. And what we've got is this really simple valuation tool, and it's really simple to use if you're looking for, say like a single buy-to-let, just a property where it's, a single let. Whether you're looking to do stuff for flips, for buy-to-sell projects, you're going to be able to look at what the property is worth in the area, and with the buy-to-let, you're also going to be able to get a rough average of what rental incomes might be. I'm also going to show you a development analyzer and also show you how you can quickly and easily do HMOs as well. After that, I've got another little bit that I'll go in, and we'll just go into a bit more on the development analysis and just a deep dive into that so you can really see how it's all working. At the end of the video, you can either choose to sign up, or unless you're already on it, on my email list, and you can get a whole load of details about other ways to invest in property, how you can attract investors, or even, again, mainly attract leads. Leads is what we're really about, and getting deals. So I've got that list that's going out, and each week we're sending out a video that's explaining what we're up to. So if you'd like to sign up for that, you can. And there's also for PropertyData, we'll end up having a discount code either in the email or at the end of this video just to help you out. So let's head on over to PropertyData and show you what I'm on about. So here you can see PropertyData and the website. If you go into the About section, if you're thinking of signing up, you can get the subscriptions from £14 a month. As I said, I'm one of the only people in the UK to have a discount code for this website, which means you'll almost get a month free when you sign up through me. But I'm just going to log straight in, so then we can crack on with a demonstration and show you how this works. So once we're in, you can see I've got endless little plugins doing bits and bobs in here. But what we're going to do is use the evaluate function of the website. And here it's got a few different things that you can use on it. But the tools that we were using today is the valuation tool. You could also use the comparables tool, and there's also a development calculator down here as well. And it just makes it, quick and easy. And here you've got build cost, stamp duty, various other yields and calculators to make it really easy for you to be able to do a deal. But the first one that I'm going to use is the valuation tool. And so here that's going to be, as I was saying, perfect for buy-to-lets, buy-to-sells, and doing a bit of analysis in an area. So here you go. It gives you three options straight off at the bat, as I've just pointed out: houses, flats, HMOs, and then obviously the whole development for a whole new build development site. So for the first one that we're going to do, we're going to do one on a house or a flat. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use a property that I actually own in Portsmouth. So the postcode there is PO54BA. And this is a terraced house. It's actually quite a nice terraced house. It rents out really well. And not that I want to get any more competition in South Sea, but it is a really good market for investing in. It's got 4 bedrooms, it's got 2 bathrooms, it's got a small garden, and we've got a garage at the property as well. And then I'd say the finish quality is probably high. And so what we're going to do is you need the internal area for a property that you're going to be valuing. So the easiest way to be able to do this is if you head over to the EPC register, And this has changed recently, but I still keep you typing in EPC register, and then it heads over to the Gov UK version where you can find an energy certificate. So the reason I'm showing you this is a way that we can pick up the meters squared of a property. So if you've got the full property address, you can work out how big it is. If not, when you're on Rightmove or Zoopla or on the market, you can click on a floor plan, and most of the time at the bottom of that floor plan, it will tell you how big that property is. I don't have that for this, so this is why we're doing this one. So PO5 4BA. And then we've got loads of them coming up, and I own a property which is 49 Lansdowne Street. If you try looking for it at the moment, you would actually just find it come up as a private owner, as it's not owning the company. So the property is 89 meters squared. And so when you ever want to turn meters squared into square foot, you type 89, so the number of square meters, and then you multiply that by 10.76. The 10.76 is how many square feet there are to a meter. So we've got 957. So let's go 957 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and then here we should now be able to value that property. And so what it's doing there is it's going out to find all the other data that it's got on the market, and also in its backlog of data from research to be able to work out what it thinks the property is worth. So here you can see that £290,000, £1,400 rental valuation. I've actually got it higher than that. I've got it at 1,700, and then it's giving you all comparables in the area. And the ones that are best are usually the closest ones. But you can see here it's giving you an idea for the different values of properties in the area. It says, you know, also, so then you can look down there and you can say roughly how much do I think this kind of property is worth. In all honesty, Portsmouth is an area where the house values vary greatly. So you've got some really beautiful houses, and then you've also got some infills, which this property is an infill. And then you can see down here it's based on what has sold in the area, and it's saying it's about £296 a square foot. So it's probably done a multiple or something like that to work out. And here you can see it's gone a lot closer to the property, and you can see it's giving you a rough idea. So you can have a look through and work out what you think it's worth, or you take the quick and easy analysis that it's done for you. And then, you know, here you go, it's telling you how much it thinks they're renting out from the area. And so that's, you know, a really neat way. And then look, even at the bottom here, it tells us what the LHA rate is. So, you know, at the worst case scenario, I'm going to be getting £1,200 a month, just shy, for this property. So that's great. But the other thing you can do as well is you can see here it has a download PDF function. And the fortunate thing I have here, so we could sort of say BCL HMO investment. And then what this will do, you've got two options here which I'll show you. You can just click download, and what it should do is create a PDF form, and that's going to have my logo on it, my company logo on it. So that's there you go. It should have my company logo just sitting at the top there, ZebraInvest, and then it's giving you all the valuation details and all the information there, which could be really valuable if you wanted to be passing that on to, say, a property investor in the area, so they can have a bit more confidence in the deal that you're providing. It gives you the initial high-level information that you needed there as well. The other side here is you also have the ability to do a rental-only format. If my computer wants to play ball, I'm just going to close those off. And then you can see here you go, we've now got a rental analysis, buy-to-let HMO investment, and it's saying what rental it thinks you can guess in it, and they've turned and said what distance, all the property that it's compared it to, and then that's just more of the smaller extract of it. If you're, say, doing it as like a lettings agent or something like that, and you wanted to give a document that explains what you're looking to achieve in an area. So there we've just gone through a brief way for that's, you know, as I've said, that's quite a neat way to be able to value a property for buy-to-lets. It's giving you real hard and fast information to be able to work out what you're doing. The same thing goes as well is if, for example, you have found a property that's on the market for sale, and what I'll do is I'll briefly show you how you can do this in Portsmouth. But say, for example, we were looking at a property that's been slow to sell, and let's just go for one in Portsmouth, 4BA, and I'm just going to go within, say, like 2 miles. It's a really small area actually, but I'm trying to find stuff that's in that area. But then what you could do here as well is I'm just going to try and see one that I like the look of, which is, I know, say for example, we're looking at this flat in Southsea. Then here it's saying that's on for 150. Then it brings all the information in about the property. It's been on for 170, 165, 160, now 150. So it's had quite a price drop. Well, it's had a reasonable, 12% price drop, and then it's giving the information. As you come down, it's giving you all the comparables to those properties as well. So it's saying, what are the flats within the area, roughly what it thinks what that property might be worth. And then you can see here that comparables for sale, 1-bedroom flats, about 152. So in this case, it's saying that the price is actually now probably about right for that property, whereas it originally started probably about £20,000 too expensive. And then so it's also telling us, look, here we go, we can rent that out probably for £670 per calendar month. So just to briefly do this, you could then turn around and say 670 times by 12, and then we just put that straight over the 150 that they're asking. So, you can work out there's a 5% yield there. But that's just a real hard and fast way to be able to work out. And it's also quite good because it's giving the analysis of the area too. And so, if you wanted to dig in and you find other properties where they might be below market value, I have gone through this will go through this in the rest of the video series, how you can find below market value properties, source better deals using the system. So the next thing is say, for example, we want to do a development analysis. So we'll pick up a new build block of flats, and we want to be able to work out what the end value of this is going to be worth and possibly what the costs are going to be. So we can jump back in here, and as you saw, let's close off Clarence Road, there's the evaluation section, and we can then go back into here, and we have, there's a couple of functions which I'll show you, hopefully slightly different. But what you've got here is, say for example, we're doing the whole development. We've got the postcode. I'm just going to go with the same postcode. I know the only thing is in Portsmouth, Blessed sucks. There's no space left to build any more properties there, and it's really all crammed in. I say that someone out there is going to find a great little piece of land that I haven't noticed. But say for example, we're going to get in that plot 2 1-beds, 2 2-beds, and 2 3-bed. And 1 3-bed, for example. And then each 1-bedroom flat, based on minimum standards, is roughly they're roughly about 500 square feet each. So they say that's 1,000 square feet. 2 beds are probably around about 600 square feet ago. These numbers are slightly off, but that just gives you a rough idea. So we've got 1,000 plus 1,200. So now we're at 2,200. And then the 3-bed is going to be roughly 800. So 3,200 plus 800. We are now at 4,000 square feet. So we're going to put in a total GIA of 4,000 square feet there. And then here we're going to estimate the GDV. So every time you'll see it on this system, on PropertyData, it says how many credits are remaining. Personally, I have a max account, so I can get as many searches as I like. But here you go, this is saying the composition of the flats. It reckons this is what it's going to be worth once it's done, and what the rental valuation for all those units together will be. And that's again bringing it in on secondary data on other properties that are sold in the area. It's basing it on the price per square foot. And then here you go, it's giving you a complete analysis of the details and roughly what it thinks each one's going to get. And again, I think we can download a PDF of that. So if you wanted this high level, hard and fast, easy development valuation, you can just download that, export that, and send that over to your investors. So, and there you go. Again, it's done that little document. It's put all your logo on the top of it, and it's just providing all the data there ready for you to use. So that's one way of using the development analysis. And then the final bit, I'm going to show you that in a little bit more detail using the build analysis in the section. But I'm now going to just jump into the HMO side of it. So you can also see how you might be able to work out the demands in an area, whether it's going to work possibly for, I don't know, say a rent-to-rent, or whether it will possibly work for, a buy-to-let HMO or buy, refurbish, refinance, and then use as an HMO. So what we're going to do here is go back to the evaluate section. We're going to go back to valuation, and this time we're going to click on HMO. And we use the same tool here, P054BA. I think it's a reasonably nice standard. I have a living room, I have parking, I have outside space, and in my property I have double shared bathroom, and just to point out, this is going to be bringing data in from spare room, and the idea here is going to be able to give you an idea for what's going on in the when you rent it per room market. Personally, my HMO is actually rented out to students, because it's so close to the university, and I just have it let on one AST, so this probably gives slightly different results to what I achieve. The other bit you have here is you can add additional rooms if you've got a bigger property, and you can delete them as well, so you can get it to adjust it to the size of your property. So just by clicking HMO valuation, you can see here it's come up with a value and it's trying to work out what's going on there. And so it's reporting back on the information you put in. So saying it's £315,000, and then that's the HMO rental valuation it believes. So here you go, you've got a stunning home with ensuite, £600, amazing room to rent, negotiable, perfect 2-bedroom flat, and it's giving you a bit of a comparison on the details and the types of property that are in the area. And you can see roughly, so if you wanted to go in and do a bit more of a deeper dig, you could go do that yourself and work it out. But it looks like an average double ensuite is 559, so that's probably what's included. And they're saying a double bathroom with a double shared bathroom, and they're about between 400 and 500 by the looks of things. So it says, and it's telling you, what's going on, what the rough outline is of it, and that's just telling you that's quite a good valuation just to be able to work out what income you might get out of the property as a bit of a high-level detailed analysis. Before you could, if you want to go and jump into it and do a detailed analysis, you can jump on the spare room yourself, work it all out. But this is quite a good way just to be able to see what might work and whether there is going to be a deal there. So now we've done that, I'll just take you on to the next part. As I explained on all that, you can see that we can do the exports almost straight away, which are perfect. With my one, as I said, when you've got the max plan, you can drop your own logos in it. I've got my ZebraInvest logo on everything. And as you can see, branding for me goes everywhere. And it just makes it really good for if you want to quickly source a deal on, you want to compile a load of evidence and kind of give some of the backup to what your plan is already. Or if you are actually looking to invest in a property, and rather than sit there for a couple of hours trying to work out the detail and go through it all, you can quickly take a high level look at what's going on. So the next bit I said, I mentioned earlier about doing a build cost and a development analysis. So we briefly did one with a valuation tool where we did it for two 1-bedroom flats, 2 2-bedroom flats, and 1 3-bedroom flat. And that provided us some comparable data of the area, but it didn't actually bring in any of the costs for how much it roughly would cost to build out. So if we head back into property data, there was another function that I mentioned called build cost data. This is available here. You can see in the evaluate function under build cost calculator. And so what we're going to do here again is we're going to go P054BA. And then what we've got here is working out this time based on different types of flats and roughly what kind of size they are. So I'm going to base this on the standard flats, and I said that we had a total floor space. This is basing it on floor space rather than on breaking it down to what type of flats we're in the building. But if I remember correctly, we said there was 4,000 square feet in the whole property. I'm going to say it's a standard flat, so it will be top end, because there are some really incredible flats in Portsmouth that I usually end up doing what I called mid, I kind of call it mid to high end to be able to work out the data. These are construction costs. Oddly, that hasn't quite worked. So usually what would happen is if you entered all this information, then it would pop out a valuation on it. So what I'm going to do here is just to see if there's another way around of doing this, and I'm going to log in with my account again, and I'm going to try to do this in a different area just so I can see that, show you a working example of this, because this build cost calculator is rather useful. So let's go with NR11 Foxtrot Delta, which is just the side of the city in Norwich that I've recently moved to. And we're going to turn around and say that we're building 3-bedroom houses, and 3-bedroom houses typically say 1,000 square feet. So let's say we're building 3,000 square foot of standard houses, and hopefully this time round it will return it. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be working today. which isn't very good at all for doing my demonstration. But here, if you can turn and see, you can get construction costs to work out roughly how much it's going to cost for building different types of property across the country. And so here it tells you roughly how much they think it costs for works and how it all splits up. But it could also be quite a good way, so then if you're in different parts of the country, you can work out what you're going to be building for. So for example, typically whenever I do a deal analysis, I usually base it on £150 a square foot. But you can see here it's saying, that how much it's roughly going to cost to build those, how much it thinks is going to fit and everything to be able to do that. And then you can sort of say if you're in the north of the country, how much it's costing to build the properties up there, rather than say other parts of the country. And that's just because the labour rates are going to be different. And then again, you might be able to build even cheaper in different places. So that's quite a useful piece of information to use. I'm really sorry that I'm not able to demonstrate the build cost calculator, though it is in there, and usually it does typically work to be able to go straight through and give you an analysis on what everything is going to cost to build. You can see here, look, it's saying standard flats 773, and then the other bit that we did have earlier is that it said that we would have a GDV of 1.1 million. So you can see there is quite a good way of making profit. So I hope you found that all quite useful. And if you've got any questions about kind of the development analysis, quickly doing your high level kind of ways to be able to quickly value and easily look at properties, drop them in the comments below or ping me a message. But PropertyData is a really simple way to be able to do this. Have a great day. Hey guys, thanks for spending your time going through the Secret Sauce series and watching the video there. Hopefully you found it jammed packed full of information that you can action, go out there and really start getting property deals across the line. As you know, or you might not know yet, this is part of the Secret Sauce series. So every week you can have 2 videos sent straight to your inbox explaining how you can go out there and find great deals. So that can be anything from how to get deal sourcing, how to find properties below market value, stuff where the property size are way too big for the area, and how you can negotiate down a great discount so you do maybe like a title split. If you're out there looking for rent-to-rent deals, that will show how you can quickly find out demand, stack the deals, and to be able to get them right through. But we've done a whole series of this, and the idea is you can get emailed each week with all the little updates going through there. And we've got some fantastic little tools and ways to get around finding investment deals. So all I want you to do is, if you'd like to keep receiving these videos that we're creating, this is all completely free content. If you head over to Cutly, cutt.ly/ZebraInvest, capital Z, capital I. When you hit that page, there's going to be an email sign-up form. What I want you to do is just enter your name, what type of property you're investing in, what type of deals you're doing, and roughly what you're looking for. That's going to help me to work out what kind of content to put out there, create to help you along your way. And then what we're going to do is send out a fantastic series of videos exactly like this one in our Secret Sauce series to really help you get going and get your property deals coming across the line and hitting your goals. I hope you found this of help. If you've got any questions, comments, or anything else like that, leave them in the below or pop me an email, which is tg@ZebraInvest, and I'll see what I can do to help you. But thank you very much, guys, and I look forward to seeing you soon.